Want to target the neighbors of your existing customers? I'm going to show you how. I'm Nate with Post Now. We're making direct mail easy. Let's get into it. So we'll start by clicking the Build an Audience button to load up the audience builder. Once the audience builder is loaded, we're going to select postal code targeting. And a bit of information about postal code targeting. It is Canada Post's newest product. It launched about 5 years ago, and it is the most powerful demographic targeting available in Canada. It lets you target a 6-digit postal code, which is a collection of usually 15 to 20 homes, and I'll show you what I mean here. And so if we type in a postal code here, we're going to go you can see in Google Maps that it outlines how many homes are in this. And so this postal code contains about, by the looks of it, 15 homes. And postal code targeting lets you target just those homes. It's an addressed piece that doesn't have a name on it. And unlike neighborhood mail, you don't need to send to a collection of 300 to 500 homes at a time. In the past, it's been very difficult to build these audiences just because of how much work and time it takes to get the counts. But our tool does it instantly for you, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So we'll start by giving our audience a name. So this is our PCT, so postal code targeting, demo audience. And I've already selected the postal code targeting option here. If I scroll down here, there's 2 different ways to build the audience. You can do an address lookup, or you can do a bulk lookup. I'm going to show you how to do the bulk postal code lookup today, and I've already got some sample data here. And so here's an Excel sheet with a list of postal codes. These are, let's call them recent jobs that I've done, and I would like to target the neighbors of these recent jobs. And so if I copy this list of postal codes that I've taken from my CRM, and I paste them into our field over here. It doesn't matter if you have them formatted properly, as long as they're real postal codes, my system will clean them up for you. And then once you've posted all the ones you want to put into here, just click the click to fetch a count and give it a few seconds. There we go. So this returned a number of 1,191 homes that I can target with these postal codes. And that seems pretty reasonable. We've got, in that list, we had about 29. And so it's an average of about 40, which means we've probably targeted a couple postal codes that might be part of an apartment complex or a retirement community. In Edmonton, it's pretty common that we have duplexes that are part of communities and are under one postal code. I actually do have these mapped, and so maybe we look at that quick as an example. So on my map here, we were looking at the week 3 list here, and so these pins represent all of the postal code areas that I'm targeting. And so if I wanted, I could scroll in here to get a better idea of where these are going and if there's particularly any areas that might be dense that I want to remove from that list. So just going back to this list, if I didn't want to use all 1,191 of these, what I can do is I can just kind of remove some of them. And I could just refetch that count until I get down to a size of campaign that I'm happy with. And so let's say 822 was what I wanted. And so I'm going to click the add button, and that adds them down to my final audience. So my final audience is what's going to actually be sent out if I use this. Now, if I wanted to add more, I've reset this. I still have my audience below, the ones that were there. But when I was looking at my sample data, I did have a couple other tabs here of data. I've got my week 2 data here as well. Let's copy these all over. And so if there were extras or duplicates, the system will automatically take them out so you're not double adding people to the list here. And so I'm going to add or fetch the audience numbers for this one. That's 995. And so if I wanted to add those 2, I would just hit add. And that'll add those postal codes as well as the ones previous to a finalized audience here. And so I'm up to about 1,800 names, which I'm pretty happy with as a campaign size. If I scroll down here, I can get a cost of how much this campaign is going to cost me to send out based on this quantity. And so I've got a few different options here. It's great to know exactly, that this is about a $1,500 to $1,600 campaign to send out to those 1,800 people using PCT. Postal code targeting is a little bit more than neighborhood mail, but it's far cheaper than personalized mail, making this a very powerful way to target and ensure high open rates and great engagement rates. If you've got more questions about personalized mail, postal code targeting, or neighborhood mail audiences, give us a call. We're happy to walk you through that. I'm going to save this audience, but I'm Nate from Post Now. We're making direct mail easy.